You guys ready? Good. Daughter mid, 105, and 105 here, good to be 105, good to be 5 and 10, good to be 110, good to be 110, better be 10, 105, 110, and 110, now 15, good to be 110, 15, 20, and 120, good to be 125, good to be 125, now 30, and now 30, now 5 here, good to be 35, good to get 35, 40, and now 40, good to get 45, good to be 145, 50, and dollar 53, good to get 50, now 5, and 55, 60, good to be 165, and 65, and now 65, 65, 65 here, good to be 165 here, 65 here, it's on 160, DX. Where are you going? Dollar 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, 50, 57, 57, going to be 60, 60, 60, at Rob, 2.5, 5, and 65, 7, 7, 7, 7, 70, now 70, 170, $1.70, 8, 9, going to be 9, going to be 9, going to be 70, 71, you get 70, 170, 171, and down to 172, 71, 271, 23, and 73, 72, going to be $3, going to get 3, 172, going to be 3 here, Cabinets 172, 10. He had a doctor's appointment this morning. His leg. He got his leg infected. He was gone last week. It's laid up. 220, 2.5, and 220, we get 2.5, bit of a 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, group of 210, and 210, 12 of 5, group of 10 and 12 of 5, group of 10 and 12 of 5, group of 210, 12 of 5, group of 210, 12 of 5, 15, and 17 and a half, 17 and a half, and 20 there, group of 2, 20 bit 20 there, group of 20 bit 20 there, group of 221, and 21, 21, 221, and 221 here, 221, bit of a 1 here, sort of at 220, yes, 61. What he bring? 220? S61. $2, 2.5, and 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, bit of a 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, group of 2.5, group of 250, and 2.5, 5, and 2.5, and 7, 7, 7, 750, and 2.7, we get 7, 10, 210, 210, 8, 9, group of 209, 210, and 9, 10, bit of a 19, 11, and 210, 11, 12, 11, 9, 12, 11, 9, 12, 11, group of 12, 11, 12, 11, group of 12, and 12 here, 11, group of 12 here, sort of at 211, S61X. $2, two and a half, and two and a half. We get 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 two and a half here. 191 and 191 here. 93. We get 33 and 91, 93, 95, 95, 95, 97, 97, 97, 97, 99 and 99. We get 99. Group 201. Group 201. Group 201. Group 21 and 201 here. Group 2 and hand 2. We get 23. We get 3 and 203. We get 3 and 202. Group $3. We get 3. 203 here. So about 202. Doug 7. 210 and 210, 1250 and 10, 12 of a group 210, 12 of a group 210, 12 of a 210, 12 of a 15, half 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17, 20 and hand 20, we get 2 and a half, group 20, we get 2 and a half, group 25 and 25 here, 25, 25, 25, bit of 25 here, group 225 here, so 222 and a half, S61. 5-year-old cow, not on 35, and 35, you give out 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, and 35, you get 35, 37, 50, and 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 40, you get 40, you get 42 and a half, you get 2 and a half, 5, and 45, 47 and a half, 7 and a half, 50, you get 52 and a half, you get 2 and a half, 5, and 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 60, you get 60, you get 2 and a half, 5, and 3, 5, 65 and a half, 5, 7, you get 67, now 9, going to be 69, going to be 7, now 9, here's on 167, cabin is 3. $2, 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and half 5, we get 750, and 7, 7 and a half, 7 and 10, going to be 210, 12 and a half, going to be 210, 12 and a half, going to be 210, 12 and a half, 15, 15, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17, 50, and 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 16, 17, we get 17, 18, going to be 2, 18, bit about 18, going to be 18, 19, and 19, 20, and half 20, and 20 get 20 there, going to be 20 by 20 there, going to be 219, 20 get 20 there, going to be 20, bit of 20 here, Gibbon Bull, 219. $2, 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, we get 5 and 7 and 210, 210, 12 and 15, and 15, 17 and a half, going to be 20 and 20, 21, and 21, 21, 2, 21, 2, 23, we get 4, 23, we get 4, 5, and 25, 600, and 25, going to be 6 here, 2, 25, going to be 600, going to be 25, going to be 26 here, Doug, 225, 7. $2, 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, we get 5, we get 5, we get 750 and a half, 210, 210, 210, 12 and a half, and 210, we get 12 and a half, going to be 210, 12 and a half, going to be 210, 12 and a half, 15, 15, 15 now, 13, we get 15 and 13, 15, 17, 17, we get 17, 17, 17, 17, we get 217, going to be 17, S, 215, put up on number 61X. Get any rain this week? Me either. Nothing. Maybe this week. Get any rain? 10-year-old cow. She's 5 months bred. $55, 55, 57, 50 pounds, 60, 52 and a half, 55 pounds, 65, 7 and a half, 70, 170, 170, 170, 102 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, going to be 175 here, 75 here, 75 here, 75 here, now sold 172 and a half, Kevin is 5. Eight years, she's 2 months bred, 65, and 65, 7 and a half, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 75, 77 and a half, going to be 89, 82 and a half, going to be 5, 85, 85, 83, 85, 85, 87, here, going to be 87, going to be 87, going to be 85, going to be 7, 87, 87 high, going to be 85, going to be 85, going to be 85, going to be 85, 90, and 90, going to get 90, going to be 90, going to be 90, show them what you got, 190, and how to get down to there, going to be 90, going to get 90, going to be 90, going to be 90, here's sold about $1.89, Kevin is 3. Six-year-old cow, she's 5 months bred, and 2,500, and 25, and 25, 750, and 20, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 25, 750, and 25, going to be 600, and 26, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, going to be 27, 9, and 25, 9, 25, 3, and 25, 3, and 1, and 31, 32, 32, 32, 33, 33, 4, and 33, 4, 5, 30, 500, 30, 500, 35, and 34 and a half, 5, and 35, 50, and 30, 5, going to be 35, 35, going to be 35, 50 here. Chris, 3,500 on 3. Chris, 3. 10 here. She's 5 months bred. $1.50. $55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 50, 57, 57, going to be 60, 2 and a half, 5, 65, 7 and 50, now 70, $1.70, 2 and a half, 5, and 75, 77 and a half, now 80, going to be 182 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, 85 here, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 87, 50, 87 of 90, going to be 190, now 2 and a half, 5, 195, going to get 97 of a pound, going to be $2 a pound, going to be 205, 210, and 215, 215, going to be 215, going to be 215, and half 15, able to get 15, able to get 15 here, Chris, 210, 16, pin him with the threes. Be careful loading her, Brawler. 7 years, she's up on here, 55, 55, 57, 50 pounds, 60, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 70, 170, 170, 172 and a half, 72, 50, and 70, we get 2 and a half, going to be 70, we get 2 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75 here, 75 here, S, 72 and a half, 2. Y'all are just going to road tripping, huh? Yep. 9 years, she's 2 months bred, $1.50. $55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 35, 40, and 35, 40, and 40, then 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, 47 and a half, 50, 50, and half, 52 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55, 750, and 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 60, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, 65, 750, and 60, we get 7 and a half, going to be 7 and a half, sold 165, Jace, 10. $135, 35, you give out 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 40, you give 5, you give 50, you give 5, 50, about 60, now 5, and now 70, 170, 170, 67, 50, now 70, and now 70, you give 70, you give 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 77 and a half, now 80, you give 80 there, you're going to be 81, 80 there, you're going to be 81, 80, and now 80, you're going to be 80, you give 80, 80 here, sold 177, 50, S62. $8X by 7 plus. She's got a little bit of a bump on my side right underneath her ear. Not a bad cow, though. 2,500. 25, 25, and 2600, and 25, 67, and 7, 7 of 8, 27 of 8, 7 of 8, 7 of 8, 7 of 8, 7 of 8, going to be 2800, and 27, going to be 28, 9, 9, 9, 9, you get 9, 9, 9, get 9, and 2900, and 20, going to be 900, and 20, going to be 900, 2900, and 20, going to be 900, you get 900, you get 900, here's holder 2800, Chris, 16. Older cow here, 155, 55, 55, 55, 55, 750, 57, 7, 7, 7, 57, 50, 57, 60, 60, down 2.5, 5, 67, 50, 60, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, Jace, 165, 30. Six-year-old cow here, 65, has a 55, has a 55, 7, 70, 172, 72, 75, 50, 77, going to be 80, 180, and now 82, going to get 2, going to be 80, going to get 2, going to be 82, 5, 85, 85, there, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, S, 82 3. Daughter 5, and $100 here, good 105, 50 cents a pound, and 50, 60, 70, good to be 80, 90, now 90, now 95, and $95 a pound, good to be $1.05, good to be 105 and 10, good to be 110, good to be 10, good to be 110, good to be 110, and 110, good to be 750, now 10, and now 10, 1250, and 10, 12 of good to be 10 and 12 of good to be 110, 12 of good to be 10 and 12 of GB Droid 10, 12 of 5 here, Solder 110, Ricardo 10. One of them's 8x6, the other one is 7x7. 2,500 and 25, 600 and 25, 600 and 25, going to be 2,600 here, 25, 6, 7, and 7, 7 of 8, 27 of 8, hand high, 9, hand 3,000, and 3, and 1, and 3,100, 31, 31, 31, 31, and 3,100, 31, 2, and 32, 32, 31, 2, and 3, and 33, 3, and 33, 3, and 33, 4, and 33, 4, and 33, 433, 50, and 4, and 34, and 3,400, 34 to high, 34 to high, 34 to high, 34 to high, going to be 34, 50, and 5, and 3,550, and 35 to high, 35 to high, going to be 35 to high, going to be 35 and a half here, Chris, 3,503. Five and 6-year-old cows are 3 and 4 months, 3 to 5 months. Working on the Wilkerson cows. For young guys, 5 and 6-year-olds are 3 to 5 months bred. Nice cows right there, 2,500 and 25, 25 and 26, 7, and 7 of 8, 27 of 8, 27 of 8, 9, 3,001, and 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, and 3,100 here, going to be 3,100 here, 31, and 32, 32, 32, 32, 3, and 33, 3, and 33 and a half, 33 and a half, 34, and 34 and a half, 34 and a half, 34 and a half, 34, 50, and 34 and a half, going to be 34 and a half, going to be 34 and a half, 5, and 35, and 35, 50, and 35 and a half, 35 and a half, going to be 35 and a half, going to be 35, 50, and 35 and a half, going to be 35 and a half, going to be 35, 50 and a half, going to be 35, 5 and a half, going to be 35 and a half here, Chris, 3,500 on 3. Guess that's what all the bred cows are worth today. 6 and 7-year-olds are open. Dollar 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2.5, going to get 5, 750, and 67 and a half, 70, going to be 170, going to get 70, going to get 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 75, and 75, 50, and 77 and a half, going to be 182 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, 85, 87, 50, 87 and a half, going to be 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, going to be 87, 50, 87, 7 and a half, going to be 87 and a half, here, going to be 87 and a half, and 90, and 90, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5, and 95, 95, 97.50, and now $2 pound, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5, and now 5, going to be 207.50, now 10, 210, 210, 12 and a half, going to be 12 and a half, 15, now 15, 20, 220, 220, and 15, 20, get 20 there, going to be 20, bit 20 there, going to be 20, get 20 there, going to be 20, bit 20 here, sold 215, Chris, 3X. 8 to 10-year-old here, 155, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 60, to get 2 and a half, to get 5, and to get 5, and to get 5, 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 J, 62 and a half, put on number 30. My bad, Chris. I got to get to the pool. like young. 2 and open. 2's roll pun. $2 pound. 210 and 210 20 and 210 20 going to get 210 20 going to get 210 20 there going to be 210 20 and 210 20 going to be 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 20 and 10 20 going to get 210 20 going to get 210 20 here Chris 210 7X. Here's Bones. 4-year-olds. $65, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 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 70, to get 70, down 2 and a half, 72, 50, and 70, to get 2 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75 here, 75 here, 75 here, 75, John's in, 75, and 75, everybody else is out, 75, and 75, 5 here, 75 here, 75 here, 75 here, S, 172 and a half, 2. 6 and 7-year-old cows here, 65, and 65, and 65, 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 750, and 67 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 70, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 72, 50, and 70, to get 2 and a half, going to be 70, to get 2 and a half here, now 5, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, to get 5, to get 5 here, S, 72 and a half, I'm put up on number 2. $1 pound, 105, and 105 here, going to be 105, to get 5, to get 5, to get 5, and 10, going to be 110, to get 15, 115, and 15, 20, 125, 25, 25, 25, 25, and 30, to get 30, to get 35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, and 35, and 40, to get 40, to get 40, 35, going to be 40, and 35, and 40, to get 40, to get 40, going to be 35, to get 40, to get 40, to get 40, 35, and 40 there, going to be 40, to get 40 here, now 40 here, so 135, S3. How old? 10-year-old cows, guys, here in 55. 55, 55, 55, 7 57, 7 7 7 7 57, 7 57, 60, and now 60, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 7 7 7 70, 170, 170, 170, now 72, 50, and 75, and 75 here, 77 and a half, 77, 50, and 77 and a half here, going to be 77 and a half here, now 750, now 80, and now 80, you give 80 here, going to be 80, now 1, 81 here, going to be 81, 81, 81, 81 here, 80, now 1, here's hold, 180, put up on JR, number 1, JR 1. Well, look at here, little family. 3,000, 30, 100, and 31, and 31, 31, 31, 31, 3100, 31, 31, 31, 31, and 3100, 1, here, go to 25, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, and 25, 5, here, go to 2,500, and 20, we get 500, go to 2,500, go to 2,500, here, have 5, 600, and 25, 26, and 25, we get 600, and 25, go to 2,600, here, go to 25, go to 2,600, here, Chris, 2,500 on 8. Five and 6-year-old families. 2,500, yeah, 25, and 25, 25, 25, and 2,500 here, 5 here, 5 here, go to 2,500, and 25, and 2,500 here, 600, and 25, go to 26, 7, and 6, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, here, go to 27, 800, and 27, go to 28, 900, and 20, get 9, and 9, get 9, and 20, here, go to 900, go to 20, get 9, 3, and 3,000, get 3,000, and now 1, and 3,100, here, 1, 2, and 31, 2, 31, 2, 32, 32, 3, and 33, we get 3, and 33, we get 4, 33, we get 4, we're going to be 34, 5, and 3,500, we get 35, and 3,500 here, we're going to be 30, we get 500, we get 3,500, we get 3,500, we get 35, going to be 100 here and die. Sold them, 3,400, Terry 5. 7 and 8-year-olds. 2,500, yeah, 25, and 25, 2,600, and 25, going to be 600, 25, going to be 2,600, 25, going to be 6, and 25, going to be 600 here, 25, going to be 2,600, and 25, going to be 600 here, going to be 25, going to be 2,600 here, going to be 25, going to be 2,600, and 25, going to be 2,600 here, 6, 7, and 27, going to be 27, going to be 27, going to get 27, and 27, and 7, 7, 7, 7 here, going to be 2,700, and 20, going to get 700, and 2,700, Terry, 2,600, put him on number 5. Nine and 10-year-old pairs. Guess we'll try them as pairs, guys, since they're here. 25, yeah, 25, yeah, 25, and 25, 25, 2,500 here, 505 here, 5 here, 2,500, and 25, yeah, 25, and 25, 25, 2,500 here, 505 here, 5 here, split them. Bring me the cows back and bring the kids later. Funny way of getting around just a little bit to me. $1.50. $55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 750, 57, 7, 60, 60, 2 and a half, 5, 7, 7, 70, 170, 2 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 77, 77, going to be 81, 82 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 85, 85, 85 here, 85, 5 here, going to be 85 here, S, 180, 2 and a half, 3. Here's a 5-year-old here, $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, going to be 70, 55, going to be 80, 55, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 90, going to be 195, and 95, going to be 2, and 95, going to be 2, going to be 195, going to be 205, and 205 and 10, going to be 210, 210, 210, 210, and 210, going to get 210, bit of a 10, 210, 210, 210. Here, Chris, 205, 3X. Six-year-old here, 65. As a get 5, hands a get 5, 7 hands, 7 hands, 7 hands, 7 hands, 7 hands, 750. And 60, 7 hands, 7 hands, 7 hands, 7 hands, 7 hands, 7 hands, 70, 70, now 1. And 72, 71, 2, 73, 3, have 4. And 74, 73, 74, 5, 75, 75, 74, 5, 74, 5, 75, 5, 5, 5, 74, now 5 here, given 174.
Friday, 2 Saturday, and 1 yesterday. We lost, so we're home early. All weekend out there.
4-year-old. 65, and 65, and 65, 7 hands, 72 and a half, 75, 75, 750, and 77 and a half, going to be 77 and a half, going to be 77, now 80, and now 82 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, now 2 and a half, going to be 80, and 2 and a half, 5, 85 there, you're going to be 85, 85, online you're out, 85, 85 there, you're going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 there, you're going to be 85, 85, 85, 85 here, S, 180, 2 and a half, 21. Not a bid, 105, and 105 here, good to 105, 105, and 105 here, good to 105, $1, $1 pound, good to be $1, good to be $1 pound, good to be $5, 105, 105, good to be $1, 5, 105, 10, 110, 20, 15, and 10, 15, good to be 110, 15, 20, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 20 here, good to be 120, and 20 here, good to be 20 here, good to be 120, good to be 20 here, so 115 S1. McKenna's at them Bulls? That's not them? I'm just messing with you. $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, and now 70, 170, 175, and 75, give 80 here, 85 here, 90, give 195, 195, we get $2 a pound, going to be 205, 210, 15, 20, and 225, we get 225 and 30, we get 235, we get 240, and 245, we get 245, 50, and 255, and 55, 55, 60, we get 260, we get 265, and 265, we out up here, now 75, 275, we get 275, and now 80, we get 285, go to 285 here, go to 285 and 90, and now 90, we get 290, 85 and 90, go to 290, we get 90, go to 85, we get 90 here, go to 90 here, now 90 here, Ricardo, 285, 2. Well, here, 2, 2.5, and 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, go to 2.5, we get 2.5, go to 2.5 here, hand $1.85, $1.85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, go to 85 there, go to 85, $85, 87.50, and hand 90, we get 90, go to 90, 2.5, 92.50, and 90, we get 2.5, go to 90, we get 2.5, go to 90, we get 2.5, Doug, 190, put him on number 7. Bryler, you got a girlfriend? Keep it that way. Uh-oh. $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55. Has he got Snapchat yet? 155 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here. $1.55, $1.55, $1.55, $1.55, 60. $1.60. You almost had him. $1.60. Doug, 155, 7. Yep, $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 60 and a half 5, 65, 65, 65, 70, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 80, and now 85, 85 and 90, group 190, group 90, group 90, group 90, group 90, here, Doug, 185, 7.
They got them cows filled off them calves yet?
You give $3 for him, Junior? $2.50. 255, 55, 55, 55, 60, we get 260, and 260, 55, 60, we get 260, we're going to be 265, and now 70, we get 275, we get 275, 80, and 285, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, here, going to be 85, 85, there, going to be 85 here, sold, 280, Chris, 9.
Let's have him. Hang on. Let's go this way, Ricardo.
$125. 125, you 25, and 25, we get 30, we get 5, we get 40 and a 5, and 45, 50, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 2 and a half, and 52 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, go to 50, now 2 and a half, go to 50, now 2 and a half, and 52 and a half, we get 2 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 and a half, here, Jace, 150 on 30.
Let's sell that big one. Let's sell that big one first, okay? Who goes 700 on the big one?
750 and 750 and 750, group 850, 859, 900, 959, 900, group 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, here 11050 and 10 and a half, group 10, 11, 1100, 1100, 1100, group 1100, 1100, 1100, 1100 here, group 1100 here, group 10 and a half, group 1100, 10 and a half, 1100, I sold 1050. Ricardo takes the big one.
All right, so much times 5. A few bull calves, maybe a heifer calf or two. So much times 5. 500 apiece.
550 and 5 and a half, going to be 650 and half 700, 750, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 750 and 775, going to be 775, going to be 775, going to be 800, 800 here, 825 here, 850, 875 here, 875, 9 and 900 a quarter, and 9 a quarter, 925 and 9 a quarter, going to be 925, 50 and 9 and a half, 975 and 975, 975, 975, going to be 975 and 975, going to be 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, man a quarter. And 10 a quarter, going to be 10 a quarter, going to be 10 a quarter, going to be 1,025, 1,025 here, bit of a quarter here, going to be 10 a quarter, 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 going to be 10 a quarter.
Sold him 1,000. I can't remember. BJ. You yarded that. Right. Yeah, we got it. You only got one. What Charlotte? We sold him.
To 10, and to 10, 12.50, and to 10, 12 to 5, going to be 10 to 12 to 5, going to be 10 to 12 to 5, going to be 210, 12 to 5, going to be $2 a pound, going to be 2.5, and 2.5, going to be 5, going to be 7.50, and 7 a hand, 10, going to be 210, hand 10, 210, and 210, bit of a 10, 210, 210, 210, bit of a 10, 10, 11, and 210, 11, 11, 211, 12, 11, 12, 11, bit of a 12, 11, going to be 12, 11, going to be 12, 11, and 12, 11, going to be 12 here, sold 211, S61, 211. Dollar pound. $5 and $100 here. Good to be 105. Good to be 10. Good to be 110. Good to be 15. Pound 20. Good to be 125 and 25, 25 and 30. Good to get 35. Good to be 35, 35, 40. Good to get 40. Good to get 45. Good to be 145 and 45. Good to get 45, 45, 45. Good to get 45. Good to be 45 here. Good to be 140. Hand 5 here. Sort of 140. Ricardo. $221 and $221, 21, 21, 21, $221 and 21, 22, 23, 23, and 23, 4, and 23, 4, and 23, 4, 5, and 25, 2600, and 25, going to be 6, 7, and 7, 7, 8, 27, 8, 27, 8, and high, going to get 30, going to get 30, going to be 30, now 30, and 29, 30, going to get 30, going to be 30, going to get 30, going to be 30, going to get 30, going to be 30 here, Doug, 229, put up on number 7. $85, $85 here, good to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 80, now 5 here, 80, 5 here, 75, and 50, and 77, good to be 80, 82 and a half, good to get 2 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, 5, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 80, 5, 87, 50, 87 and 90 here, 190, 90 here, 190, 90, good to 90 here, 190 here, 180, 7 and a half, 61X.
All right, guys, we got papers on these McKenna Herms bulls down there at Gainesville, Munster area. Is it Munster or Gainesville? Gainesville, yeah, Gainesville. Guys, we got all the paperwork on these bulls. She does have the registration papers at home. If you do buy one of these bulls and you want them registered, she can transfer them over into your name. She's got the copies of it out there in her pickup. We've got all the semen tests has been done on these bulls. There's 3 of these registered Charolais bulls, guys, from McKenna sitting right up here with us today. They're 18 months, weren't they? You told me? 16 to 18 months old. Yep. Okay. They were done. I thought I saw a date a while ago. 6/25, June 25th. June 25th. Yep. So we've got all the semen paperwork done up here, guys. All the paperwork out in the pickup, copies of the registration papers. We're going to sell choice on these 3 bulls.
All right, right there, 5,000 and 5, 5,000 here, 5,000 here, 5, 5,000 here, 5 here, going to be 3,500 and 35 and 37.50 and 37 and 37 and 37 and going to be 4 and 4,000, 2.5 and 42 and a half, going to be 2.5, going to get 2.5, 45 and 45, 45, 47 and 47 and 47 and going to be 5 and 4,000, able to get 5 and 4,000, able to get 5,000, able to get 5,000, able to get 5 and 4,000, able to get 5,000, going to be 5 and 5,000, able to get 5,000, able to get 5,000, going to be 5,000 and 52.50 and 52 and a half, able to get 52 and a half, able to get 52 and a half, able to get 51 and 5,100 and 5,100, able to get 5,100, able to get 5,100, able to get 5,100 here, going to be 5,100 and 5,100 here, going to be 5,100 here. Sold them to you. Online buyer 5,000. Barnhart.
Pick 2. Takes the 2 biggest bulls. Creed and Spur. Takes Creed and Spur. That leaves 84.98. Leaves 84.98. Okay, so he got Creed and Spur. Okay, we got him left.
3,500. One bull left. 35 and 35 and 35. You give out 37.50 and 37. Going to be 4,000, 4,000, 4 and 4,000. Going to be 4,000, 2.5 and 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 42.50 and 40. Going to get 2 and a half. Going to be 2 and a half. Going to get 2 and a half, 42 and a half, 42.50 and 42 and a half.
you just want to take him home, McKenna? Or you going to try to sell him? Sell him 42 and a half, 42.50 and 40. You're going to get 250 and 42 and a half, 42 and a half. You're going to get 2 and a half, 42.50 and 40. You're going to get 2 and a half. Going to be 40. You're going to get 2 and a half. Going to be 42 and a half here. Sold them to you. No, 41, 42, 4,200 online. You're out. 4,200, 41.2. 4,200 and 42 and 41.2, 41.2, 41.2, 41.2. Yacht online 4,200 and 41.2, 4,200 and 41.2, 41.2, 41.2, 4,200 here. Going to be 4,200 here. Going to be 41. Going to be 200 here. Going to be 41. Going to be 2. Sold them 4,100. Put them on TK. Thank you, McKenna.
$2, 2.5, and 2.5. Able to get 2.5, 2.5. Able to get 5. Going to be 7. Going to be 210, 210, 12, 15 and a half, 15, 17 and a half. Going to be 220, 220, 220 and 20. Get 20 there. Going to be 20. Get 20 there. Going to be 20. Get 20 now. 18, 19, 20 and 19. Going to be 20. Going to be 20. Going to be 20. Now 1 and 21, 22, 22, 22, 23, 3 and 23. Able to get 3, 4. 23. Able to get 4. Going to be 23, 4, 5 and 25, 25, 25 and 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25 here. Going to be 225 here. S 224, 61. Two by 5. 2 by 5 plus right there. Here 25. Yeah, 25 and 25, 25, 50 and 25 of the van, 25 of the van. Going to be 25 of the van. Going to be 25 of the van. Going to be 2,600 and 26 and a half here. 7 and 7 and a half, 750 and a half here. 2750 and 27 and a half, 2,800 here. Here going to be 2,800 and 27 of the van. Going to be 2,800. Bit of a day here. 2,800 is Chris. 2750 on 3. 50 cents a pound, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55, plain old 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 60 now, 65, and 70, 70, 70, 55, and 75, 80 cents a pound, 80, 85, 85 and 100, 90, 95, 95 dollar, $1 a pound, $1 a pound, 105, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, S, $1, 1. What's going on back here, Antone? You all right today?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Kind of act like I did last week. Woo!
I worked too much last week. 2, 3 days fixing a belly, a big belly.
Big, yeah.
It's all aching out, and those dust and sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
And in bed all night, Friday night, Saturday night.
Yeah.
I got enough.
Huh? Yes. Yeah. Two ten eleven, and 210, 1250, and 210, 12 12 15, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17 50, and 17 and a half, going to be 17 20, and hand 20, going to be 20, going to be 20, going to be 20, 220, and hand 20, going to be 20, but 20, hand 20 here, S, 217 and a half, 61. Two ten, and 210, 1250, and 10, 12 and a half, 15, 17 and a half, going to be 22 and a half, going to be 20, 2 and a half, going to be 20, going to get 2 and a half, 5, and 25, 25, 25, 23, 5, and 20, going to be 23, going to be 24, 5, and 25, 25, 625, going to get 607, and 27, going to be 27, going to get 27, John, you're out, 27, and 67, and 7, 7, 7, 7 here, going to be 227, going to be 227 here, down, 27, going to be 27, $8, and 27, going to be 228 here, so 227, S61. $1.85, $1.85 there, going to be 85, 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 87, 50, 87 and a half, going to be 87 and a half, going to be 90, going to get 2 and a half, 92 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 92 and a half here, 95, and 95, yeah, 95 here, 95, 95, 95, yeah, Doug, 95, 95, 95, 93, 5, yeah, 95 here, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95 here, Doug, 193, 7. $2, 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, 7 and a half, 7 and 10, 2, 10, 12 and a half, 15, and 15, 17 and a half, we get 220, we get 220, 2 and a half, we get 222, 50, and 21, 21, 221, and 221, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2, but 1, 2, going to be 222, going to be 223, and 223, we get 3, and 23, we get 3, 4, and 24, 24, 24, you get 5, and down 5 here, Gibbon, 224 both. Two ten, and 210, 1250, and 210, we get 12 of 210, 12 of going to be 210, 12 of going to be 210, 12 of going to be $2 and 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, and 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 750, and 7 of going to be 210, and 210, and 910, going to be 2910, going to be 2910, going to be 2910, 11, and 210, 11, 12, 11, and 12, 11, going to be 12 and 13, we get 13, we get 14, and 14, 14, we get 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 14, and 14, given bull, 213. Cripple here, 85, 85 of 50, gonna be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 87, 50, 87, gonna be 87, gonna be 87, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 87, 50, 87, half here, 87, half here, 87, 90, and 92 and a half, and 92 and a half, 92 and a half, 92 and a half, 5, and 95 here, 97 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 97, 50 and a half here, so 195, Gibbon, Bullocks.
A lot of bulls today.
$2, 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, bit of a half, here, go to 2 and a half, go to 2 and a half, 5, and half 5, we get 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 10, 2, 10, 12 and a half, go to 2, 10, we get 12 and a half, 15, and 15, $15, we get 15, we get 15, 12 and a half, 15, and 12 and a half, go to 215, we get 15, we get 15, S, 212 and a half, 61. Two 10, 11, and 2 10, 11, 2 10, 11, 11, 12, 14, 16, going to be 18, 20, and 22, 22, 21, 21, 21, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 21, 2, and 22, now 22, 3, and 23, 3, and 23, 3, going to be 23, 3, going to be 23, 3, and 23, 3 here, so about 222, S61.
Yeah, to work in the tractor with the cabin with no heat, no AC.
210, 11, and 210, 11, 210, 11, 11, 210, 11, 11, 210, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 211 here, going to be 211, going to be 210, 11, $2, I want, and 2 1, and 3, we get 3, and 3 and a 5, 205, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, 5, now 7, and 7, and 9, 209, 9, 11, and 211, we get 211, we get 211, going to be 211 here, S, 209, 61.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. So,
$85, $85 here, going to be 85, 85, 87, going to be 90, we get 2 and a half, 92, 55, and 95, 97, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 2, and 97, going to be 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, you're out, and you're out, 2 and a half, 5, and half 5, we get 5, we get 750, and 7 and 10, going to be 210, 210, 210, 210, 1250, and 10 and 12, going to be 12 and 11, 12, 11, 12, 11 and 12, 11, 12 and 13, we get 13, we get 13, 12 and 13, and 12 and 13, we get 13, we get 13, and 13 here, Doug, 212, 7. Eight-year-old, 2 months. $55, 55, 55, 55, 57, going to be 60, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 170, 170, 170, 170, 170, 170, and now 70, we get 70, we get 70, we get 70, we get 70 here, giving 167.50. Whiter, 35, $35, 35, 40, and 35, 40, we get 40, we get 45, 50, and 52 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, and 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57, 50, and 50 now 7 and a half, 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 57 and a half, 57 and 60, and now 60, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, 5, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65 here, 5 here, 5 here, D, 62 and a half, 1. Eight-year-old, she's 3 months bred, 2,000. 20, 100, you get 21, 10, 21, 21, 2, we get 2, we get 3, we get 4, we get 5, going to be 6, 7, and 27 of 8, 27 of 8, 9, 9, 2900, top roll, you're out, 29, and 20, we get 9, going to be 2900, and 2900, going to be 20, hey, we get 900, going to be 20, hey, we get 900, 9, Yost, 2800. Yep, Yost. Two-year-old gal right there, here, daughter Haiti. She's been sewed up. She's been stitched up, hadn't she? Yep. Daughter 50. Dollar 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, now 70, 100, 75, 75, 75, get 75, and 75, 75, down here 80, 85, there, going to be 85 and 90, 95, going to get 95, 2, and 200 pounds, going to be 205, going to be 210, 215, and 210, going to get 15, going to be 10 and 15, going to be 210, going to get 15, Chris, 210, 7X. $2, 2.5, and $2, 2.5. Better get 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 2.5. 5 and half 5. Better get 7.5. Group 210, 212.5, 15, and 17.5, 17.5, 20, and half 20. Group 20. Better be 20. Group 20, 220, and half 20. Group 20. Better be 23. Group 220 pound here, 220 here. Cabinets 217.5. Bull. Nine and 10-year-olds are open. 1 6-year-old. Couple of them shortbread, some of them open. They're all going to go. $1.50. $52.5, and 52.5, 2.5, you give 7.5, 57.5, going to be 60, you get 2.5, 5, and you get 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 67.50, and now 70, going to be 70, you get 70, going to be 72.5, 72.5, 75, and 75 here, 77.5, 77.5, going to be 80, and now 80 there, 80, 180, 180, 180 here, online you're out, 180, $1.80, $1.80 there, going to be 80, going to be 80, going to be 80, come on, 81 here, going to be 81 2, 82, 81 2, and now to 82, 81, 2, sold 181 online. Javier. Javier Caballos. Eight to 10s. Is that right? 8 to 10-year-olds. Open. 65, 65, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 7, 7, 60, 60, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7, 7, 70, 172 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 77, 50, and 77 and a half here, 77 and a half here, 77, 50, and 77 and a half here, Jace, 175, 30. Six and a 9-year-old, 65, and 65, and 65, 7 and a half, 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 70, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 80, and now 80 there, 81, 81, 80 here, 980, and 980, 980, 980, 980, 980, John shot 980, and 79, going to be 80, now 80 here, give it 179, 1.
5 and 6 year old are 2 to 4 months bred.
2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 21, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 2, 3, and 23, 4, and 24, 5, and 25, 600, and 6, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, here, going to be 2,700, 800, and 27 of 8, 27 of 9, and now 9, and 28, 9, 3, and 2,000, now 1, and 3,100, here, 2, and 31, 2, 3, and 33, 3, and 33, 3, and 32, 3, and 33, 33, 3,300, and 3,300, 33, 33, 33, and 33, and 33, sold 32. 200. Put them on JB. Nope. B and B. B and B. 5 and 6 year olds are open. $65. And 65. And 65. Now 5. And 65 and 5 here. 70. 5. 80. 2.5. 80. And now 80. And 77 and a half. 77 and a half. 750. And now 80. 2.5. 82 and a half here. 80. 2 and a half. 80. 2 and a half. 82 and a half here. Chris 180. 3X.
Seven to 10 year olds. They're all open.
135, and 35, you give out 35, 35, 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 50, and 30, you get 7 and a half, going to be 37 and a half, going to be 40, you get 40, you get 2 and a half, you get 5, 45, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 50, and half, 52 and a half, you get 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, 5, and 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 60, you get 62 and a half, you get 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 to 70, 170, 172 and a half, and 72 and a half, going to be 70, you get 2 and a half, going to be 72 and a half, and 70, you get 2 and a half here, Jace, 170 on 30.
Seven to 10 year olds. One's got some bumps. How bad's that one cow's eye? A little this and a little that. They're all going to go.
$50. $55, and 55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, and 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 57, 50, 60, and half, 60, 57 and a half, going to be 60, and 57 and a half, going to be 60 pounds, going to be 60, going to get 60, going to get 60 here, D, 157 and a half, 1. $17-year-olds here, 135, and 35, and 35, you give out 35, 35, 35, 40, 55, 45, 45, 50, 50, down 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55, 5 here, 5, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 57, 50, and 57 and a half, going to be 60, and half 60, 60, 60, 9, 60, 50 and high, going to be 60, and 9, 60 there, 9, going to be 60, Cavanis, 159, nothing. $100, 105, and 105 here. Go to 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, outside 5, and 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 10, go to be 110, 10, 15, and 10 and 15, 20, 125 here, 125, here, 25, 25, 25 here, 125 here, Doug, 120, put him on 5X. $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, dollar pound, 105, and 105, and 105, and 5, and 10, gonna be 110, 15, 115, 20, and now 20, gonna be 25, here 25, 25, and 30, gonna get 30, gonna get 35, here 35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 40, and 35, 40, gonna get 40, time 40, not 2.5, and 42 and a half, 5, 45, 45, 47, 50, and 40, gonna get 75, gonna be 40, gonna get 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, gonna be 47 and a half, here Doug, 145, 6.
This lady that watches our house. I'm gonna have to have my mom come over and do it.
What a pair, 4,000, 40, 100, yeah, 41, 4100, here, 1, here, 4100, here, 1, here, going to be 35, and 35, and 35, 600, and 35, going to be 3600, here, going to be 35, 3600, and 36, 7, 7, 7, 8, going to get 37, 9, going to be 39, 4, and 4,000, here, 1, and 4,100, here, 4,100, here, 4,100, here, 4,100, here, Chris, 4,008. $700, $750, and $750, and $775, going to be $850, hey, $50, hey, $5,900, $959, $59, going to be $1,000, going to be $1,050, going to be $10, going to be $1050, $1,100, $1,150, $11, level to fan, 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 $1,150, $11, level to fan, $11, level to fan, 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 $1,100 here, Chisholm, $1,100 online. $0.50 a pound, 50, now 5, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 5 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 5, 70, 75, 75, give 80, 80 now 5, 85, 90, 85 and 90, 90, 85 and 90 here, 85, 90, 85, 90, 85, 90 here, Roy, 85 cents a pound, Burns, 1, Burns 1, 1. Nine years, she's 2 months bred. $1.50. $1.55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 7, 50, 57, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 62 and a half, 5, and to get about 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 70, going to get 70, going to be 70, going to get 70, going to get 70, $1.70 a pound, going to be 70, going to get 70, going to get 70 here, 70, 250, that's 72 and a half, 72 and a half, so 170, put them on JR, number 1, JR1. Take a little break, guys.
Shoulders get caught up. We'll get right back to action. I don't know how long, maybe 10, 15 minutes or so. Perfecto. Tad, you want these papers, these semen test papers? Hey, Antone, we take that to Tad Kite. That one, yep.
210, 12 and a half, and 210, 12 and a half, group 210, 12 and a half, group 210, 12 and a half, group 1250, 15, 17 and a half, 17, 20, and down 20, even get 2 and a half, group 22 and a half, 5, and 225 and 5 here, 225 and 5 here, 227, 50, and 20, even get 7 and a half, group 227 and a half here, 227 and a half here, S, 225, 61.
Empezó lo mismo.
220, 221, and 221, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 221, 31, 221, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 221, and 21, 2, and 21, 2, and 21, 3, and 23, 3, 4, and 23, 4, and 5, and 25, 625, going to be 6, 7, and 27, and 7, 7, 8, 27, 8, 27, 8, bit of an 8 here, and 27, bit of an 8 here, sort of a 227, S61. Two 21, and 221, and 22 and a half, 25, 25, 25, 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 30, we get 30 and 2 and a half, 35, and 37 and a half, 37 and a half, group 40, 40, 42 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, and 45, 45, 45, 45, 245, and 45, 47 and a half, and 47 and a half, 7 and 50, we get 2, 52 and a half, we get 2 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 and a half, here S, 250, 61.
Is that over 2,000? 5,000?
$85, 85 there, group 87, group 92, 95, 95, 95, 97, group 2, and hand 2, and a half, 2, and a half, 5, 7, 50, 10, and hand 10, 12, 15, hand 17, and a half, 17, 20, and 20, 20 there, group 20, group 20, bit of 20 here, group 20 here, 20 here, S, 17 and a half, 61X. $2, 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 2 and a half, we get 5, we get 5, 7 and a half, 10, 2, 10, 2, 10, 12, 11, 15, and half, 15, we get 15, we get 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17, 50, 17 and a half, we get 17 and a half, we get 17 and a half, here S, 215, 61.
Thank you.
$1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, $1.55, and 55, 55, 60, 60, 65, and now 70, 175, 75, 85, 85 and 90, group 100, 90, 90, group 90, 90 here, 190 here, Ricardo, 185. Hello, Jackie. 185, 85 there, 85, 85, 87, group 87, group 87, 90, and 90, we get 2 and a half, 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 group 90, 250, and 90, we get 2 and a half, group 95, 95, 97, group 97, so 195, Gibbon Bull. Two 10, 11, and 210, 12 of a group 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 210, 12, 50, and 210, we get 12 of a 12 of a 15, and 15, we get 15, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, here S, 215, 61X. 221, and 221, 21, 21, 221, and 221, 21, 10, 11, and 10, 11, 210, 11, 11, 11, 210, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 12, 11, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, now 15, now 15, and 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, here, Gibbon Bull, 214. $250. 255, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, here, group of 250, we get 250, we get 250, 2 and a quarter, 225, and 225, 25, 25, 25, 25, here, group of 5, here, group of $2 a pound, 205, 10, 15, 20, 220. 215, 20, and hand 20, we get 220, we get 220, group of 220, Ricardo, 215. Two ten, 211, and 210, 211, 210, 211, 11, 11, 210, 211, 11, 11, 211, $2, 201, and 201, 3, three, and 3, 5, now 7, 7, 7, 27, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 27, 9, and down high, 209, group of 7, 9, group of 9, 9, here, Doug, 2077.
What's that old man doing with that dolly?
$2, 205, and 205, we get 5, we get 5, and 10, group of 210, we get 15, group of 215, group of 210, 12 and a half, and 210, we get 12 and a half, group of 210, 12 and a half here, 212 and a half, 212 and a half, 15, and 15, 17 and a half, 20, we get 220, and now 20, we get 2 and a half, group of 22 and a half, we get 22 and a half here, S, 220, 61X. $210, and 210, 12 and a half, group of 210, 12 and a half, 15, 7, 8 and a half, 17, 20, and 220, and 20, group of 20, group of 22 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, and 25, we get 5, 25, we get 5 here, S, 222 and a half, 61. $1.85, $1.85 there, group of 85, 85, 85, 90 here, 90, 90, 90 here, 95, 95, 92, and 202 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, now 750, and 7, 7, 10, group of 210, 12 of a, group of 210, 12 of a, group of 210, 12 of a, 15, and 15, we get 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 15, 15 here, S, 212 and a half, 61X. $221, and 221, 21, 21, 221, 21, 221, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, here, best, 220, 61, X. $1.50. $1.55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, $1.55 here, 55 here, $1.20, 125, and 125, could be 125, could be 125, could be 125, could be 125 here, $1 pound, $1.05, 105, 1010, 1015, 1015. Sold him 1010, Ricardo. 125, and 125, and 25, we get 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 40, we get 40, we get 5, 45, 50, we get 50, and 50, and 45, and 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 55, 55, 55, 60, and now 60 here, 5, 60, 5, we get 60 here, in tone, 155. Ah, sorry, online.
Hit the flight and went right to your face.
65, and 65, 70, 172 and a half, 75, 77 and a half, 77, 80, and 2, 81, 81, 81, and 2, 83, 83, 83, cabinets, 182, 3. Eight-year-old here, 65, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 750, and 60, we get 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 70, we get 70, now 70, and 70, 70, 70, we get 70, we get 70, tap on, and 72, 71, 2, 71, going to be 2, 71, 2, 3, and 73, 74, 74 and a half, 75, 74 and a half, 75 here, 7600, and 77, we get 77, we get 77, we get 77, cabinets, 176, 3. 10-year-old, she's up on here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, 7, 7, 60, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, going to be 7 and a half, going to be 70, we get 2 and a half, and 72 and a half, 5, and 75, 77 and a half, 77, 80, and how Haiti there, how Haiti sold, 77, 50, yes, 62. $250. 255, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 255, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, you get 255, you get 255, you get 255, 60, you get 265, and now 5 here, Solder, 260, and Tone.
She ain't bred.
Nobody catching it. There's no bull.
Too fast. She is a 5-year-old. She's 5 months bred back. 3,000. 3,100, 31, you go 31, 31, 3,100, 3,000, and 3,100, and 3,100, here, 1, here, going to be 27, 2,800, and 27, 800, and 27, going to be 27, 9, going to be 29, Ben, you're out, 29, and 29, and 2,900, going to be 20, going to be 20, 900, 29, now 3,000, BB, 2,900. 5-year-old cow, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, 7, 60, 60, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7, 7, 70, 70, 2 and a half, 70, 255, and 75, 77, 77, 750, and 77, 80, and now 83, now 1, $81, 2, 83, 84, 84, 5, 85 here, 84 and a 5 here, 84, jigga 5 here, given 184. Seven years young, 65, 65, 75, 70, 172 and a half, 75, 75, 77 and a half, 80, and now 80 there, 80, give 80 here, 80, give 80 here, good to be 80, 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 sold, 177.50, cabinets 3.
10 years, she's 5 months bred, 155. 55, 57, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5, going to be 7 and a half, going to be 70, now 72 and a half, 75, and 77 and a half, 80, and now 80 there, 180, 180 here, 180 here, 180 here, with a cabinet, 177.55. Seven by seven plus, gentlemen, 3,000, 3,100, and 31, and 31, and 31, 31, 3,100, here, 1, here, 1, here, 31, and 31, and 31, 31, 3,100, here, not 2, and 31, 2, 2, 3, and 33, 3, and 33, 3, going to be 33, and you're at 33, not 4, and 33, 4, going to be 33, 4, going to be 33, 4, going to be 33, 400, and a 3,300. Five years, she's up on $1.50, half 5, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 55, 60 down, 65, and now 70, 175, 80, 5, 90, 95, and 95, we get 200, and 205, we get 210, we get 215, we get 210, 15, and 210, we get 15, we get 210, we get 15, we get 215, we get 210, 15, Chris, 210, 3X. What a cow. 65. 65, 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 70, we get 70, we get 2 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75, 75, 77 and a half, 70 is 80, 80 there, 80 give 80 here, 81, 81, 81, 81, 81, 81, 81 here, 81 here, 81 here, given 180. $250. 255, 55, 55, 55, 55, 255, and 55 and 5 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 250, and 250, we get 2 and a half, 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 going to be 225. 2-year-old guys, 225, 225, 230, 230 a pound, 230, 235, 40, 5, 50, 5, JR, 250, 1, 2. Pretty cow, isn't she? $1.65. And 65, 65, 7 and a half, 7, 70, 172 and a half, 75, 75, 50, and 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 750, and now 80 there, 80 give 80 here, 80 give 80 here, 80 here, 77, 52. Nine years, she's open, 135, and 35, you give 35, 40, you give 40, 35, 40, you give 40, you give 40, you give 40, you give 40, 35, give 40, and 35, 40, 45, 45, 45, you give 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, you give 60, you give 60, you give 60, and now 60 here, Jace, 155.30. 5 and open, $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, good to be 70, 55, 175, get up here, 75, 80, and 75, 80 here, 85, 85, 90 here, 195 here, 195, we get 2, and 205, 210, and 210, we get 15, and 210, we get 15, good to be 15, 20, and down 225, we get 225, and 30, we get 235, 235, 235, 40, and half 45, we get 245, we get 245 here, Chris, 240, 3X. Six and open, $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, 70, 175, 75, 75, 80, 85, 90, 5, 195, 95, 95, 95, Javier, you're at 195, and 95 here, 195, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95 here, Chris, 190, 3X. Eight and open, $1.30. 135 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 40, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 50, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55, 60, 65, and 65, 2.5, 5, and 65, 7.5, 7.5, 70, 170, 102.5, 72.5, 72, 50, and 70, 2.5, going to be 70, 2.5, Chris, 170, 15. 5 years, she's 5 months bred. 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2100, here, 1, here, 1, 2, 21, 2, and 21, 2, and 21, 200, here, 1, 2, 22, 3, and 23, 3, and 23, 3, and 23, online, going to be 3, 4, and 24, and 24, and 23, 4, 80, 10, going to be 23, 4, and 2400, and 23, 400, going to be 23, 400, going to be 23, 4, Andy, 2300. $1 $5, and $105 here, good $105, now 5 here, 5 here, 75 cents a pound, 75 give 80, and 75, 80 here, 85, 80, 90, 90, and 95 here, $95, and $1 pound here, $5 here, 105 and 10 here, 110, and 10, 15 here, 15, 20, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 25, and 25 and 30 here, 130 here, 30, now 5, and 35, 40, 145, 50, and 50, 50, 55, and 55, 60, and $1.60 here, 160 here, 160 here, sort of $1.55, Ricardo 2. Ten-year-old with a baby outside, 2,500 and 25, yeah, 25 and 25, 2,500 here, 5 here, 500 here, 5 and 25, yeah, 25 and 25, 25, 2,500 here, 5, 600 and 25, going to be 600 and 25, going to be 2,600 and 25, going to be 2,600, 25, going to be 26, and 27, going to be 27, going to be 27, and 6, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7 here, going to be 2,700 and 20, 700, going to be 27, Ricardo, 2,600, 2. Going to be 118 degrees tomorrow. Is it? Is it really? Oh. Nine-year-old family, 3,000. 3,100 and 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 3,100 here, 1, here, 31, 31, and 3,100 and 3,100 here, hold your gate, 31 and 3,100 here, 1 here, and 25 and 25, 6, 7 and 6, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 27, 8 hands, 27, 800 and 27, going to be 2,800 and 27, bit of 800, 27, going to be 2,800 and 27, bit of 800, 27, bit of 8 here, Ricardo, 2,700 on 2.
got a nice little bag for an old cow. Nice little cute little heifer calf. 2,000. 2,100, 21, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 22, and 23, and 23, 4, and 24, 5, and 25, and 25, 25, 2,600, and 25, 6, 7, and 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 20, 700, going to be 2,700, not 7, and 20, 700, and 2,700, 27, sold 2,600. Chris, nothing. $65, is it get a 5, 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 is it get a 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55 here, 5 here, 15 half 5 here, 15 half 5 here, 35, and 35, and 35, 35, 37 and 7 and 37 and 37, 50, and 30, 7 of going to be 30, 7 of going to be 40, and half 40, 42 and a half, and 40 down 2 and a half, 45, and 45, 7, 50, 47 and a half, 47 and 50, 50 down 50, and 7 of 50, 50, 50, 50, 50 here, Cabinet 147 and a half, 10. Dollar pound, 105. Might be the last opportunity you get today. Dollar bid, 105. And 105 here. Go to 105. Now 75. 80. 80 cents a pound. 75, give 80. And 75, 85. 85, 85, 85, and 90. Go to 95, 95, 95, 95, $90. Yeah, $5 here. 105, 105, 10 here. 110, 15. And 10 and 15 here. 110, 15 here. 110 and 15 here. 115. Sold her 110. Ricardo, 10. Well, that's going to be it for our cow sale today, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being here. We'll see some of y'all back here at 9 o'clock in the a.m. Have a good afternoon. See you tomorrow.